Alright, hey, welcome back to TadlocksToolshed, where we're trying to solve the world's little problems one at a time. And today my problem is this wood rack. This is my rack for firewood. I bought it off the internet. It works fine. It's actually good and sturdy. It's about 8 feet long, as you might not be able to tell, and about 14 inches wide on the outside. And the problem that I have is my smaller chunks of firewood want to fall down through it, and even my larger chunks, you see that great big chunk of gnarly firewood sitting there underneath it, it's not long enough to fit across there. So what I really should do is cut my firewood longer, but it's easier to handle, easier for my wife to handle if we put it in smaller pieces. And so my idea, what I have is I've got some 2-inch strap or 2-inch bar by 3/16 that I'm going to screw down on top of there. Had it laying around, so I cut myself. I've got 10 pieces is all I've got to work with, and I was going to put them on there at right angles. In putting them on at right angles, it seems to me like it still leaves big enough gaps that a lot of wood's going to fall through. So I've decided to do it sort of diagonally. Now, I pre-drilled the holes in my strap. You can see one there, one here, and they're quite a ways off from each other. That's what happens when you stack up 10 of them and try and drill them all at once on a piece of wood that's actually not flat. And as you can see, one end it's a 1/4 inch off, but it's not going to hurt in what we're doing. It just doesn't show very good craftsmanship, but I'm in this case not really worried about it. One of the things that I would like answered by you guys, and feel free to throw it out there, I hope you will answer this for me. I'm going to use sheet metal screws. I've had them for a building that I put up several years ago, and I've hoarded them. As you know, I'm kind of a hoarder. And I've got 3 different kinds here. Now I've got this one right here. If you look at him all the way around, he's just a pointed end with a rubber gasket on top for doing sheet metal on a roof or side of a building. I call it a sheet metal screw. Some people call these self-tappers. Well, that one to me, again, doesn't look like it has any kind of a tap on the end of it. So to me, it's not a self-tapper, it's a sheet metal screw. Maybe I'm wrong. I've got a different one here come out of the bucket. As you can see by the end of it, it does have what looks like teeth to cut threads. So I would probably call that one a self-tapper. Again, still a sheet metal screw. Then I've got this little bitty one that, I don't know, I've got some of them too for doing the same kind of work. And as you can see from the end, that end almost looks like a drill bit. Now I call that a self-drilling. I don't call it a self-tapping. I don't call it, you know, again, all sheet metal screws. I'm just throwing them all in a lump together. I'm not going to use any of these little short ones. I'm going to use the longer ones, mainly just because the hole that I drilled in those pieces of flat strap are too small for that little short fat one. So I'm just going to throw these down and throw them down at random. And it seems that I'm going to have to pre-drill some holes in here. I've got one pre-drilled. And I'm just going to drive one of these down in there. Hopefully this all works out well for me. I'm going to put it, I don't know what degree that is. 70 degrees maybe. As I say, I'm kind of doing this at random. I'm hoping to not have to use a center punch on any of this stuff. Just pop one in after another. If I lay these out, it's actually got a couple of holes to choose from. That's always nice. Again, that's probably a result of poor craftsmanship. This is something I'm going to get done. So I'm not worried so much about aesthetics as I am getting it to hold my firewood. Let me bring it up here. Maybe I'm just dreaming in my thought process here that it'll hold better if I put them on diagonally, but if I am, maybe you can explain that to me in the comments as well. Hope to fast forward through all of this. I don't bore everybody to death. I'm saying I'm not measuring them or marking them. Oh, this is Thor. Come here, Thor. Come here. Yeah. Say hello to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's my buddy. One of them. My big guy is getting old and lazy. He can't be bothered by coming out to be out here with me right now. Plus, he absolutely hates the sound of power tools. Okay, and there we go. 15 minutes or less. How I'm going to deal with my troublesome firewood. So please send me your thoughts on my sheet metal screws, and we'll see you later. I'm out.